Antoine Lavoisier was a famous scientist who lived in France in the 18th century. He is often called the father of modern chemistry. His work changed the way people understood the world around them, especially when it came to how chemicals work. Before Lavoisier, many ideas about science were not very clear or correct. Lavoisier's discoveries helped to create the science of chemistry as we know it today. Lavoisier was born in Paris in 1743. He came from a wealthy family, and his parents wanted him to study law. So, he went to a law school and became a lawyer. However, Lavoisier was more interested in science than law. He loved reading books about science and learning how the world worked. In his free time, he studied many subjects including physics, mathematics, and chemistry. He even became a member of the French Academy of Sciences, a group of scientists who helped improve knowledge in France. At that time, many people believed in an idea called the phlogiston theory. This theory said that when something burned, it released a substance called phlogiston into the air. According to this idea, the more phlogiston a substance had, the easier it was for that substance to burn. Lavoisier was not convinced by this theory. He wanted to find out the truth about fire and burning. Lavoisier began conducting experiments to study burning. He noticed something very important. When something burned, it did not lose weight. Instead, it seemed to gain weight. This was a big clue for Lavoisier. He realized that burning did not release phlogiston. Instead, the substance was reacting with oxygen in the air. This idea was very different from what people believed at the time. In 1777, Lavoisier made an important discovery. He showed that oxygen was a key part of burning. When a substance burned, it combined with oxygen to form a new substance. Lavoisier also showed that the total weight of the materials before and after burning remained the same. This discovery led to the law of conservation of mass, which says that matter cannot be created or destroyed, only changed from one form to another. This was a very important step in understanding chemistry. Lavoisier also made important discoveries about gases. He showed that air is not just one gas but is made of different gases, including oxygen and nitrogen. He found that oxygen is needed for both burning and breathing. This was a breakthrough in understanding how living things breathe and how fire works. Lavoisier's work with oxygen did not stop there. He also showed that oxygen is part of many other chemical reactions. For example, he proved that water is made of two gases, hydrogen and oxygen, which combine to form water. This was another important discovery in the field of chemistry. Lavoisier's work with gases and chemical reactions helped to create the idea of chemical elements, which are the basic building blocks of matter. Another important idea Lavoisier introduced was the system of naming chemicals. Before his work, scientists used different names for the same chemicals, which made it hard to understand their work. Lavoisier helped to create a new system for naming chemicals. He gave each chemical a name based on its composition, or the types of elements it was made of. This system is still used by scientists today. In addition to his work on chemistry, Lavoisier made contributions to other areas of science. He worked on studying respiration and how animals and plants use oxygen. He also helped improve the design of laboratory equipment. He was not only a good scientist, but also a good organizer, helping to create better ways for scientists to work together. Lavoisier's discoveries were important to many other scientists. They influenced the work of other great scientists, like John Dalton and Dmitri Mendeleev, who built on his ideas to create the periodic table of elements. Lavoisier's ideas about chemical reactions and the conservation of mass helped shape modern chemistry and physics. His work also had a big impact on medicine, agriculture, and industry because understanding chemistry is important for many fields. Sadly, not everyone appreciated Lavoisier's work. In 1794, during the French Revolution, Lavoisier was arrested and put in prison. The revolutionaries did not like him because he was a member of a tax collection group. Even though he was an important scientist, his connections to the government made him a target. After being in prison for a short time, Lavoisier was put on trial and found guilty. He was sentenced to death by guillotine. On May 8, 1794, Lavoisier was executed and his life ended tragically. He was just 50 years old. Even though Lavoisier's life ended in such a sad way, his work lived on. His discoveries changed the world of science and helped scientists understand the natural world in a new way. Today, people still study his work, and he is remembered as one of the greatest scientists in history. Without his contributions, our understanding of chemistry would not be as advanced as it is today. Lavoisier's life teaches us that science is about asking questions and looking for answers. It shows how important it is to be curious and open to new ideas. Even though Lavoisier faced many challenges and difficult times, he never stopped learning and discovering new things. His work continues to inspire scientists today, and his name will always be remembered in the history of science.